What's up, guys? This is Astranox. In this Etheria Restart video, I want to go over and give my opinion about the monthly earning June 2025. This is the launch of Etheria Restart. It launched, pretty much globally, right? Some regions still don't have Etheria Restart, I think, in like their Google Play Store, iOS. The game is not on Steam yet. It's planning to be released on Steam. So this is only for the mobile market, right? Are they in the top 10? Where are they, right? And I'll go over it in a second here, but I want to point out it's the mobile market. Now, if you remember, we could play the beta, right? They were pushing players to have their launcher installed on PC, and this doesn't take into account all the money they made from the PC version, right? It doesn't take into consideration, if you have installed it outside of the Google Play Store or iOS. If you got, I believe you can, from what I remember, I got it from Google Play Store on my phone, right? I play 3 accounts, right? I'm free to play, right? But I think, can you still get the APK from their website? Because like if you install it like that, the payment service, I guess there's not going to be like a middleman, right? No Google Play Store. You don't have to deal with Apple. So I guess they would get the full, like the majority of the money instead of getting, what is the Google Play Store cut? It's like 30%, right? So if you play the PC client, you have their launcher, right? They get pretty much the whole thing, right? And it's not into these numbers. So if you remember, in the beta, we installed that version, and then they were pushing players to be like, whatever you spend now, you're gonna get double. But it's not only that, it's a win for them, because if you're using the PC version, if you're not going through, Steam, which is not available yet, but if you're not going through the Google Play Store, if you're not going through the iOS store, then they're getting the majority of the money, right? So it's definitely a win for them, right? Now, on the launch, you would expect them to make quite a bit of money, right? So, of course, like you can see, you might have some of your favorite titles here. Genshin Impact. I don't know what the releases were for, like, the banners, the heroes and all that. Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero. Fate Grand Order still, still kicking. Goddess of Victory, Nikkei, Honkai Star Rail. So, where are they? Well, are they in top 20? Well, they're here. Okay, new Etheria Restart. It launched on the 5th, right? On the 5th of June. Like I said, this is just mobile. And you can see here, Summoner's War, right? Like, basically, the game is inspired from Summoner's War, right, which came before Epic 7. Summoner's War, they are on the 11th year. But of course, spenders, imagine like you've spent money for years into a game. Are you just gonna jump ship? Some people are pretty tired of Summoner's War, right, after all the years. So yeah, there's that, right? And I'm sure a lot of players are playing both. So 7 million. Like I said, I think the majority of the earning was from like PC, right? Because this game plays much better on PC. I play on PC, I play on mobile, way better on PC, right? You can tweak the settings and all that. It looks just much better. The mobile version works. I play it all the time on my phone. My third account is on one of my phones, and I play it on 2 different accounts. So I have 3 accounts, right? So, 7 million, it's underwhelming. Yes. I'm pretty sure this, the thing is, okay, this might not even account for, yeah, it doesn't account for it. Like the beta, right? You were able to play it on computer and on mobile. The beta, you would install the APK, right, from their website. Or you have the client on PC from their website. So like if you spent there to get the rebate, to get basically double the value that you spent. Well, you spent that. I think a lot of players just spent without going through a third, like a middleman, right? So that spending was actually before June 2025. So I think like Wells, like like most of the spenders, they probably just like, you know, they were swiping before this happened. Outside of this, because this is just the mobile market. So I think their earnings are way higher than 7 million, if you think about it, right? It's not calculated there. All the massive like spenders, I mean, why would they not spend when they were getting that rebate, right? They're getting twice as much as what they spent. Now the thing is, was there a limit to how much you're able to spend during the beta? I know, like, I've heard stuff like you can clear the shop for like 500, right? I mean, I'm gonna open the game here, but yeah, that's where they are, right? 7 million for June 2025, but it's just mobile. It says combined here. I guess that's Google Play Store plus the iOS and the App Store. And this is from Sensor Tower. You know, I got this on Reddit. And let's open the game here, right? So I got the game running in the back. Okay, so if you go to the store, right? I mean, this is in Thai baht, but like, I guess in the beta, someone could have just like purchased, like they could have cleared the whole shop, all the shops, right? And then I guess they could have gone crazy here. Like, couldn't they have just spent thousands upon thousands, or was that rebate capped, right? Like maybe the beta store, you couldn't purchase an unlimited amount of these, because I mean, I'm sure like the big whales, like most of the spending happens like when the game launch, but they must have set some kind of limit, right? Because like getting everything half price, that wouldn't be so good for them. So yeah, I mean, like an easy 500 from like Wells, that's a lot of money if you account for all of them, right? And even like, you know, Dolphins, like small spenders, right? Of course, a lot of players probably were like, okay, I'm not gonna spend because I can't reroll if I spend, right? Because if you remember, during the beta, if you spend, you have your account here. Then you have a UID that's connected to, you know, your Gmail, your email. And then you have, you put your credit card in there, whatever method of payment that you used, and it's associated together. So you couldn't reroll, right? You just couldn't. So that means that a lot of players were like, okay, I'm just going to reroll for Lily, and then I'm gonna spend. But I think the majority of the players like spend like a lot during the beta. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm late for the monthly revenue, but the next month I'll try to kind of like get it going ASAP, and I'm very curious, right? The thing is, the game plays so much better on PC, and I mean, like, Wells, where would they spend? I think they spend on like the PC client. Yes, they would probably like have the game on you know, on the go on their phone as well, but most of the time, you know, they sit comfortably, you know, at home with their computer, whatever, cafe with their laptop, and like they have all the, you know, they got like a great device. So why would they play just on like on the phone? Yes, they could play on like a tablet or something like that, but it's so much better on PC. So it doesn't account for that 7 million. So that's a ton of money that we don't know how much they really made, and how much was the cost to even make the game, right? That's the thing. Of course, the cost is, you know, initially with the advertising, because they've done quite a bit of advertisement, and they did pay a lot of like streamers and you know, content creators, YouTubers. I was not one of them, right? Like, because I stopped making videos for a while. You know, I was doing Epic 7 for like over 5 years, and then I took a break. So yeah, but like they pretty much got all the active, you know, content creators for, you know, kind of like a few videos or something, like at least one video or a few videos, and then, you know, like the big content creators that are really like the highest probably paid content creators, like Sean B and Vulcan, because they show up and they talk with like the dev, you know, on like live stream, things like that. So I'm assuming that they have a pretty good contract with them, right? But like, yeah, they have a lot of content creators that they have paid. I don't know how many are on their contract still up until now, but they invested a lot, right? And I'm sure they will make it back. They probably made it back already, right? Because I think that 7 million is nothing compared to like the big picture. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot more money to be made. You know, they should most definitely be in top. Let's see here. This is this list. This is the top. Let's just go through it. Maybe you have some of your favorite titles. It's top 50, isn't it? Yeah, top 50. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it performs next month. And I'm very curious. Like, when it says combined, though, like, they cannot know. They cannot know how much they're making with the PC client. That's the thing. And Steam, I don't know if they can pull the data from Steam. I don't think so. But anyways, let us know what you guys think about all that. How would you multiply this thing to reach like kind of like an estimate? I'm sure we really can't know for sure, right? Like I can bet that this thing is nothing compared to, I'm not nothing, 7 million, that's a lot, right? But I mean, I would say they made at least 20, at least, because if you think about it, like I said, during the beta, most people spent before June, and they have spent it with the launcher for the game. They've spent it with the, I guess I don't know how the payment worked. If you install the game with the APK from their website, you know, you didn't go through the Google Play Store. So how does it work? Or you couldn't using the APK. You actually, because I remember you could pre-register, kind of like get into the beta using Google Play Store, and then you would install it and it would be linked at that point. So yeah, let us know, you know, how that actually worked, for like, if you know for sure, if you spent, how did it work? Like, were you only able to spend on the Google Play Store and you know, the App Store? I'm curious how much it actually is, right? All right, so if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe for a lot more Etheria Restart videos. So that's gonna be it for this one. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all ya do. Peace out for now.